Hi everybody, weekly wraps coming from the office today. Got the kids at home, still doing a bit of remote learning, and my wife tells me to call it. It's going really well. We've got 1 week to go, and then I get them back to school, which is not that I'm counting down, but that's 5 days of school and get through today. So did some maths with them yesterday, and we used the quaddie as a good example of multiplication. So it was really good. If we have 4 horses in the first leg, 2 in the second, 3 in the third, what's it all add up to? So it was a bit of fun. But I still don't think they get the idea of a quaddie, which is good. They've been doing some story writing as well, which one was about a racehorse, which was really nice. We didn't win, we ran third in that, roll the dice, but they've also been doing a bit of writing about the Carlton Footy Club as well. And funnily enough, we've been winning those games in those stories, so that's a good thing. You never know what might happen. Footy kicks off soon, so go Blue Baggers, and I reckon shortened season, things going our way, we could knock a few sides around as we go forward, or I might just be dreaming. But anyway, runners last week. Defend was great, 3 and 4 wide the trip, benchmark 64 at Cranbourne. Obviously had no luck, but he was first up. He's going to need the run. He's a big burly kind of grey gelding that will need work to get into it. But 2 things you take out of the race was obviously he was really good through the line, but got through the ground really well, pulled up really well, and the biggest thing we take out of it is he had a massive blow after the race. So that means that he's going to take great benefit from it, and watch him going forward. He'll get out to 1400 at Sale next start. He'll run really well there, and then I reckon 1600 he'll be winning. Lonrock was a disappointment of the weekend. He went pretty poorly last Friday at Stall. Just pulled up. He's been pulling up a bit distressed. He's got a suspensory / tendon issue that's kind of giving us a bit of trouble, and he's also having a few wind issues. So we've decided to actually retire him. He's going to head to Laura Dixon's, who's got a share in him. Laura's one of the people that we work with at Roll the Dice. She does a lot of rehabilitation with our horses. So she did a lot of rehabilitation for a lot of Darren's horses. She's also a very accomplished equestrian rider, so she's been wanting to get her hands on him for a while. So we'll do a story on that down the track in about 4 or 5 months and see how he's ticking along. But he goes to a great home, be really well looked after, and that'll be something we'll do down the track as well. Let everyone know how we rehome our horses. Adam Trinder over in Tasmania's got some great girls over there that got an eye on a few of our horses after they finish racing as well. So Mick Price the same. So they all get placed in a really nice environment where they can live out their lives, either as equestrian horses or homes or pets. So we'll keep you updated on that one. RDD2 was our other runner. He was disappointing. It's kind of his John Farnham Swan Song tour. He had to come over here to race. It was a strong race, really, a strong benchmark 78, but it was also kind of a leader type of track. He got stuck in behind them. Never kind of really lets down when he gets caught in between horses. So he'll go back to Tassie. I'm sure there's a couple of wins in him before his campaign finishes. And then again, as we touched on, there's some really nice people over there. Adam's got some really nice girls over there that have been eyeing him off for a little while. So we'll see what happens there. But I guarantee he'll be winning a couple before he goes. He'll get over in those smaller fields over in Tassie, race a little bit handier, be able to get to the outside, come off the camber there at Hobart, and be really hard to beat. Upcoming runners, Twitchy Frank's back. She's back this weekend, 1200 mares race. She'll be. She's kind of bounced back. She's put in one bad run for us, really, and that was last start in the Gold Distaff. She obviously pulled up a bit distressed there. We got her home. She took a little while to get over it, but we got her home. Adam knows her so well. Has been working on her, doing different types of things with her. Got her blood absolutely spot on, so he did her blood. Her work's been good, so we really want to see her put in a really good performance so we can kind of move forward. There's a couple of options for us if she does move forward. If she does put in a good performance, there's a few options there for us. So fingers crossed with her. She's going to be a really even race. She's going to go around about $7 or $8. She might get out to 10 or 12. And with a race, it does look to be void of a little speed. I see Henry Dwyer's has come out, which would have been on the speed. She might be able to get across to the front and just get a breather from the 700 to the 500 or 400, and then get rolling from there. And you never know what happens. Let's hope that Caulfield's got that lead a style of track which will help her as well. We've also got Magna going round, Andrea Montagna over 1600. It's just a pipe opener for him. He's obviously been disappointing over the sticks. We've sent him to the beach. Worked for us last time. He's had some work at the beach. He's done a few gallops at Geelong. He had a double trial there at Geelong, which wasn't really a trial for him. He was just going behind him. So he's done the work, but he also gets to go to the beach every day, wade through the water and on the sand and everything like that. So he needed to go to races, so we found a race where we could get down a little bit in the weights. He could go around. He's going to go around 150 to 1 chance. He's no hope, but we just want to see him running a bit better so that we can get back over the hurdles, because they still go right through into August, the jumps racing. And the other big one is Chrome, goes round at Doomben in the last. Obviously, we touched on what happened to her last start. She was really disappointing. It was just really messy, got squeezed, spun out the back. It was just yuck. She's a type of horse that she'll probably get back to past midfield, and we just wanted to be get some luck from the 600 to the 300 where she can get some clear running and she'll smash through the line. Her 2 wins have been that way. In high classes, she's run some great races in high class races, so her work's been great since. She took no ill effect from that run. Jim Byrne goes back on. Most importantly, we've drawn a barrier, so we can settle probably a pair or two closer from that barrier, but we're not going to bustle her out and try and use the barrier. And she tends to best race when she's nice and quiet early and can get through the line. The extra distance will help as well. So she's going to go around a 30 to 1 chance, and I reckon she's probably a 7 or 8 to 1 chance in that race. So she's going to need some luck at the right time. If she gets that, watch out. The other one we've got going around is Kal-El is going to go around at Pakenham, go around in a 1400 metre race. 1600 metre race. He's probably still needs 2000. Haven't seen the field yet, but if he can step out over a bit further with a set of blinkers on, that's when to watch out for him as well. We had 2 trial at Hobart, Launceston, sorry. Benny Goes Berserk, another one that's on the John Farnham tour. He trialled quite well, and Patominus as well. So they'll kick off. They'll be both ready to go. The 13th of June when Tassie Racing gets going, Elton Song will be ready to go as well, and so will Ocean Essence. So they'll hopefully race. We could have 4 runners on the first meeting when they kick off. Just still working on the race program, I think, over there. So once that happens, great to see Tassie Racing back up and going. Press Statement Colts going along really well. Bruce O'Dell mentioned that he's a really nice mover, and had a bit of time for him there at his breaking in property, so that's great news. Obviously, Jeremy's got a lot of time for him, so his breaking in process has been absolutely awesome. He said it's nearly the pick of the horses we've had done, but you never know. He kind of says that a fair bit, but he is a nice moving horse, and he's a nice looking, impressive type of horse, so I can see why he's saying that. The Rich Enough filly, she's great in the feed bin. She's ticking along well at the breakers as well. Big, strong horse. Nothing seems to phase her, so she's one to look out for. There is some shares available in both of those. They are selling slowly, obviously, in the current environment, but they are still selling. So if anyone's interested, again, I know I repeat myself, get on to myself or Rob and we'll get something done for you. She's probably still got 3 weeks to go at the breakers, and so's the Press Statement. Other things to touch on, Racing Victoria and South Australia for that matter are working on options to getting us back to the races, which is really good. They've got contingency plans in place, so we look forward to that. That'll be something that we all want to do. We all want to get back, all have a beer, meet new people. That's what Roll the Dice is about, just getting to the races and having some fun, win, lose or draw. Which will also, we haven't been able to run our functions and all that kind of stuff, our open days, which we love doing. Our marquees, we missed out on the one at the Bendigo Gold Races, and we had some other open days and that organised for Mick Prices and that. Obviously, they've been put back, so we'll be in planning. We're going to have a massive year next year. We'll try and get 5 or 6 of those events done and get it really pumping, so keep that in mind. I doubt we're going to be able to have our Oaks Day, but that's still up in the air with what happens. That leads me into the next one, which is racing or Caulfield races and what they're going to do there. It looks like they're going to push back the their race carnivals, so it'll leave it open a little bit. It'll condense a lot of good horses that are normally in a lot of different areas, so it could be a chance for the lesser type of horse to go to, say, a Perth and race in a railway, or they're good races over there, which is normally at the same time at the end of our carnival. It'll give a chance for those types of horses to maybe get a weaker type of race there. Also, it might have a flow-on effect to the Gold Coast. You never know in that respect. And we've got a few Magic Millions horses that could go up there as well. So that's something to keep in mind if you want to take a positive out of a negative. We've also planned around some of these horses we've got coming back, your Scottish Dancers and the like, just to make sure that we've got them ready at the right time. So that if we get back, we kind of can time it really nicely into the spring, and the two mix have got that worked out with us as well. So he's doing really well, Scottish Dancer. He's got 3 more weeks in the paddock, and then he'll be back into pre-training. So I'll get an update out to the owners and then out to everybody else on that. Besides that, I think that's pretty much covered everything. We are going to do, I know Lee on the newsletter is doing racing lingo. If anyone's got any racing lingo they want explained, I'm going to start going around to the trainers and a bit more of a lighter side of it. So as I said, we'll do some racing lingo, or you want a trainer to explain a certain thing. It might be the horse gets up on the steel, or it might be a great doer. All these types of lingo. Send them through to Steve or Rob at Roll the Dice Race, Steve at rollthedice.com.au or Rob at rollthedice.com.au, and I can ask these trainers questions. I'm going to go around and see Rosemont. I'll go up to our Gisborne farm, ask some questions up there. Josh Julius, Mick Price, Paul Prishka, he's a great one because you can hardly understand him with half of his lingo half the time. So some of the lingo that he puts through, and I'll put together a package and see if we can answer them. So it might be a good way to do something and get a bit more engaged with you guys as well. And the other thing we've got going is obviously we said put some pressure on Lee with the tipping. I haven't seen much come through. He was poor last week, so really put some pressure on, even though I will cut him a little bit of slack in saying that hasn't been easy punting at the moment. So good luck to all the owners of Crone, Kal-El, Magna, and Twitchy Frank Itchy. Hope we can get a winner this weekend, and then fingers crossed we can move on to have a really good winter carnival. Thanks, guys.